I can't stop the dogs of war.
What's up? How you doing, peeps? It's your boy Mike with Reaper Tactics CQB. Just out here getting a little range time today. The handgun is the simplest weapon to use, but yet it is probably the hardest for a lot of people because of the recoil and the way that the recoil operates on the handgun. The recoil tends to have more of a muzzle flip, and the biggest problem that I see with a lot of people is improper grip on the gun. And just going to show all of y'all just a few little simple dry fire drills that y'all can do at home, whether you get you an airsoft gun, pellet gun, or use your real gun. But please, by all means, if you're going to use your weapon, make sure that your weapon is clear. I highly recommend that to start this drill on your drawing fires and grip control to get you a good outside the waistband holster, and do it without any outer garments on, so that way it's not hindering you. It's about repetition. It's about muscle memory. You want to train your muscles and solidify your fundamentals of grip and control on the handgun. Just a little short story. Back many years ago, I had to go do a tactical firearms requalification, and unfortunately the night before, as I was rolling to my left side, my wife was rolling to her right side. She always had long, beautiful nails, and long story short, the tip of one of her fingernails scratched my right retina, and it was very painful. I couldn't say I could barely even open that eye at all, but either way, I still had to shoot qualification the following morning. So I went and shot qualification. I scored 94% accuracy. The only way that that was possible was because of my solid fundamentals and muscle memory. I was shooting from 3 to 25 meters just solely based on muscle memory and solid fundamentals of marksmanship. So let's dive in. Show you the proper way to grip your gun. I know a lot of you are going to be like, what are you talking about, proper way? In order to reduce your muzzle flip, you want to maintain solid contact points with your frame to reduce the points. This weapon is clear, nothing in it. Okay, what you want to do on your draw, let me see if I can get it associated with, from your draw, get you a good solid grip, get as high up as you possibly can on the grip of your weapon. When you draw, come out, keep your finger off the trigger, drive forward. As you're driving forward, take your offset hand, place it, wrap, get you a good solid lock on that frame. This is going to help reduce and control your muzzle flip as you're firing. You want to drive in to it. You want you a good solid base. Let me turn it around so you can see what the grip should look like. Get up here high on your grip. You want to get as high as you can. Sometimes you will get slide burns and oopsies. It's okay. It ain't gonna kill you. Get you a good high grip. Now, with your offset hand, you want to take and fill that void right there. Try to get you as much contact pressure as possible. Take and wrap that finger around that trigger guard, kind of pull it into you, and maintain control. It's also important while you're doing this to have you a good solid stance. When you're firing, you want to have a good fighting stance. Try to show you what this should look like with a good solid stance. But you want your feet in a position where your toes are forward facing the target. Knees slightly bent over, just like if you were going to be fighting or boxing. The exercise that I want to teach y'all is to just help with the fundamentals of the grip and the fundamentals and muscle memory of the draw. This is a no fire exercise that you can do at home. I recommend using a training gun. There's a variety of them made by different companies, Safariland, Redman. A lot of different places make these training guns, including Asp makes some as well. Or get you a airsoft gun. Or if you're going to get an airsoft gun, I highly recommend you add some weight to it. Get you some modeling clay or Play-Doh or something like that. Take it apart. Add you a little bit of weight to it so that way it actually feels like your actual weapon. Get you a training barrel. Or if you're going to use your weapon, make sure that that weapon is clear. Make sure that weapon is clear. There's nothing in it. And make sure that you're not pointing at yourself or anyone else while you're doing these drills. But these are just muscle memory drills. Just draw your weapon. Get you a good high bite on it. Drive forward. Get you a good position. Get you a good sight picture. Get you a good sight alignment. Do not dry fire. Get it on target. Repeat. And just keep repeating this process until it becomes second nature to you, where you can just come out smooth. Make sure that that weapon is unloaded and you keep your finger off the trigger, and just practice your draw. Remember, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Just program it to your muscle memory. You want that muscle memory to take over, so that way if there is fear, anxiety, stress, injury, or whatever else, that the actions become second nature. That you can do it without any thought or any thought. I mean, that's about the best way I can say it, is just you don't want to have any thought about what you're doing. Just get used to the draw. I know I'm showing y'all the proper way. I'm going to do it the proper way, of the way that it should look from the front, okay? Back up. You want that draw to be natural. I'm looking at the target down range over there, so what I'm doing is draw. I'm on target. Draw on target. Notice the way that my hands look around my weapon. Good, solid, firm grip. High on the grip. High back here on this back strap. So that way you can control that muzzle flip with your fire. The biggest mistake that people make with the handgun is not having a good positive grip on their weapon. The handgun is going to operate a lot differently. You can see the magazine is out of this weapon. This weapon is cleared. Nothing in it. We'll reholster. But what you want to do to start off with, I'm going to remove that outer garment because it will get in the way as you are trying to do this. Get you a good quality outside the waistband holster of your choice of what you like, and you need to program your muscle memory to get on that weapon the way that you need to be gripping that weapon. Coming out from your draw position. Notice the position of my hand on my weapon. It is high on the grip. With the web of my hand, I can feel the top of the beaver tail. I'm setting in, I'm wrapping, releasing, pivoting, matching up, driving towards the target where it looks like that. You want your hand completely wrapped around the grip of that weapon, so that way you have a good positive grip. As you're driving your weapon, you want to bring it into your line of sight. You should already be looking at your target. Bring that weapon into your line of sight. Don't bring your head to the gun. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see you bringing your head to the gun. That's not right. You want to bring the weapon to your eyesight. You are looking downrange at the target. Right now I'm currently facing the target that I was shooting earlier, downrange. So what I'm doing, while my eyes are locked in on the target, I'm drawing, driving my weapon to the target. While shooting, what I am doing is drawing, fire, pow, pow, pow. Reholster, repeat, bam, bam, bam. Program this to your muscle memory. Just practice this. Drive it into, embed it into a natural response. So under any circumstances, or situations, you can be distracted doing this and still draw your weapon. You want to commit those actions to your muscle memory. Okay, first let's talk about the proper draw for your weapon. Remember, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. You'll come down, get you a good contact with the back of your grip. Bring your hand into locking the weapon, draw the weapon, pivot, drive to the target. You should already be looking at your target, driving your weapon to the target, bringing your sights up into your line of sight as you're drawing that weapon, and then firing. Repetitiveness doing this drill is going to create the muscle memory necessary to facilitate a good proper draw with target pickup under stressful situations, because it is automatic. It's going to just, your muscles are going to know what to do even if your brain is distracted with other thoughts and fears. You want to be able to essentially multitask from muscle memory. You do not want to think about this. You don't want to give it thought. It just needs to be a natural response to the threat. I am looking downrange at the target. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to draw, get a good sight alignment on my target. Once I have proper sight alignment, I'm just going to say boom. Okay, let's try this. See how this should look. Boom. You want muscle memory. Don't worry about being fast. Speed will come. Just solidify the actions into muscle memory. We'll worry about speed later. So there's a shooting tip for the day.
the devil calling. Hear the devil calling. Well, I hear the devil calling. Gotta pay